everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video I'm going to tell you all the secrets of the new Priestess mini, as well as look at what is the best talent for this mini. So Priestess is the latest mini that was added in the recent Priestess event, currently available in the Priestess event and in bundles, coming to grid a little bit later. Alliance mini costs 2 gold, range cycle, elemental, 1 target healer. It's a pretty strong healer, by the way, we're going to look in that in detail. 300 health, so quite a lot of health for 2 gold mini, 2 movement speed. Attacks with Smite, and Smite is a damage spell that deals 35 physical damage for whatever reason. 2.35 second attack speed and 8 range, so Priestess deals hardly any damage. Not a damage dealer at all. Priestess's main abilities are all about healing. The Priestess has 2 healing abilities. First there's Greater Heal, 8 range. Greater Heal, when it's cast on a target, it removes poison stacks from the target and it heals them for 200. It comes with a 4-second cooldown and it targets the minis with the most health missing. So excellent tool to heal up some big tanks, for example. Remove poison stacks, give good healing. And that's not all, because in addition to this Greater Heal, Priestess also casts Renew, which is a heal over time effect. Also 8 range, 5-second cooldown, 40 healing per second, 8 times overall, so 320 healing overall over those 8 seconds. Does not stack, so even if you play multiple Priestesses, you can't get multiple copies of Renew on a single target. And this targets mini with the lowest health percentage. So if we compare the healing capability of some of the most iconic healers in this game, then Priestess, if there's one target, Priestess is going to cast Greater Heal on that, and Priestess is going to keep Renew up on that. So Priestess can heal a single target for 90 per second. 2 targets, Priestess can heal for 130 per second, and then if we go to 3 targets and beyond, because Renew can only be on 2 targets at the same time, and then there's the Greater Heal, then Priestess does not get any more healing, it's 130 per second. If we compare this to Malfurion in its nerfed form, it heals a single target for 50 per second, but of course Malfurion only starts healing once the target is very damaged. 2 targets for 100, 3 targets for 150, 5 targets for 250 per second, if you can have 5 targets that are all damaged enough so that they get Malfurion's heal over time effect applied, then Malfurion is still the one that can scale up very high if there's enough targets, but look at single target healing. Priestess 90, Malfurion 50. Priestess is actually healing a single target more than pre-nerf Malfurion did. So that's an idea. And Frostwolf Shaman can heal 3 targets with Chain Heal. 1 target is healed for 40, so if there's 2 that can be healed for 80, and 3 can be healed for 120 overall. And that's the extent of Frostwolf Shaman's healing. So Priestess will always heal more than Frostwolf Shaman. And this is untalented Priestess too. Malfurion and Frostwolf Shaman do not have talents that would improve their healing, although Frostwolf Shaman does have the Armor talent, so that sort of improves their healing. But Priestess at 2 cost is the superior healer. And Priestess also has talents that make it even better healer. There's Empower Renew, instantly heals the Renew target for 10% of its health. There is a little bit of special consideration when it comes to Empowered Renew and Ragnar's. As you may know, Ragnar's recently received a healing nerf. Ragnar's reduces incoming healing by 75%. However, it does not work on percentage-based healing, so Empowered Renew still heals Ragnar's for 10% of Ragnar's health when first cast. However, there's also a special rule with that, so every Priestess can only heal Ragnar's with Empowered Renew once. Even if Priestess stays around Ragnar's and keeps casting Renew, the Empowered effect does not proc again until you play a new Priestess, and then it goes once for that Priestess as well. Still, that 10% healing, even once per Priestess, if you level up your Ragnar's, that can be huge. So Empowered Renew is great if you have big tanks like Abomination or Swole Troll. You heal them so much. It's also the best healing talent if you're trying to level up and heal Ragnar's. But it can be a little bit lackluster otherwise. It doesn't really do a whole lot if you're healing something like a Bok Beast, for example, Ghoul, these sorts of smaller tanks. So here let's take a look at Priestess with Empowered Renew and Ragnar's. Seeing this Ragnar's is quite damaged. We drop a Priestess and jump. That's 10% healing. And that would also come even if this Ragnar's was like level 50. So that's some good healing, the best healing talent with Ragnar's. Empowered Renew is also wonderful if you're if your tank is a big one, like the Swole Troll. So here we go, and we start healing up that Swole Troll. And look at its health going up. The Priestess keeps pumping it up with those renews, and man, that Swole Troll, it's just healing like crazy. You can't get this level of healing. You just don't get this level of healing with anything else except for a Priestess. I might need to kill the Bat Rider though, but look at the Swole Troll. Look at the healing. Just getting healed and getting healed and getting healed, and big tanks benefit so much from Empowered Renew. If you have a smaller tank, your talent of choice is Powered Shield. It gives Mini a damage immunity for 2 seconds, has 8 range, 8 second cooldown. It also debuffs the target with Weakened Soul for 8 seconds, which prevents another application of Powered Shield. So 8 second cooldown, 8 second also debuff on the target, so you can't have multiple priestesses that would chain powered shields on a target, because powered shield can only be cast on a single target every 8 seconds. This targets the mini with the lowest current health, so if you have a tank that's at low percentage but you have a small mini that's also at low percentage, well, the low percentage mini is more likely to get this one. This still works quite well with medium-sized tanks, so if you use Priestess, for example, in a Malfurion deck, and you have something like a Harvest Golem, you have a Bok Beast, then a Powered Shield, that immunity is pretty sweet, whereas the Empowered Renew doesn't really do that much on a tank that doesn't have as much base health. I do like a good Powered Shield when I have a tank that's a little bit smaller and needs to do tanking against something like, let's say, a Molten Giant. So getting some big hits, but then also negating some of those hits so beautifully with that Powered Shield. And Priestess just... Is Malfurion healing even needed? Priestess is doing such a fine job already. Those Powered Shields. Really rocking the joint. And finally, Priestess has Spirit of Redemption. Someone say Spirit of Redemption for 5 seconds. The Spirit is going to heal all allies within a range of 8 for 40 every 0.5 seconds. So overall, it's going to heal everyone in a radius of 8 around where the Spirit of Redemption was summoned for 400. So that's sort of nice, but it requires for the Priestess to die. And then again, if you're able to get damage on your tanks, then you would rather have your tanks get healing while the Priestess is still alive. So I actually haven't been able to find a good PvE use for this one. I've heard some people think that this might be a good PvP talent. Puts the opponent in a position like damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you kill the Priestess, it's still going to keep healing. But for PvE, I don't actually like this talent at all. For PvE, the Spirit of Redemption just feels so much weaker. Usually your Priestess shouldn't even be in the front line, and when it is in the front line and it dies, and what does it really even happen? Like, okay, now managed to get a Priestess killed, but if that Priestess had been healing more, it would have been doing just so much more all the time. For PvE, I really like Empowered Renew with big tanks and with Ragnaros, and then I like Powered Shield with medium-sized tanks. So this might even be the case that Priestess has 3 viable talents, and it can be a little bit tough to pick between them, but Spirit of Redemption, the most PvP-oriented talent. Obviously PvP minis typically require higher rarity, higher levels, so this wouldn't be close to the top of my priority to pick this one, because I wouldn't play in PvP with low-level minis anyway. The choice between Empowered Renew and the Powered Shield really depends on what sort of comps you like to play Priestess in, because they are both the best for different types of content. And now you know the secrets of Priestess, the new best healer in Warcraft Rumble. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.